Alrighty, are you there? Alrighty, we are back online. I apologize for the technical difficulties. PlayStation decided to sign me out as we are one lap underway. Missing the start as Seagrest is the leader, followed by Bodhod and SRS. Pure Blade seems to have jumped up as P-Dog, Porridge, Cream, Andrew, Ifunner, Kitten Petter, Rogue. Rogue seems to have dropped down the board quite a bit there.
Yes, not the best of starts for Rogue. He got, I think, in the Pure Blaze just a little bit off the start. I think that just got him just falling down the order. As Kitten Petter up 6 spots from the start, along as Cream Media. So those are your biggest movers off the start.
I am not sure how to stop the overlays at the moment, R-Bar. It is not sitting here for me to... The overlay one is gone, unless it's called template, maybe. There we are. Okay, it's called template. There we are. Alright, we are back. I apologize for the delay in getting the broadcast back on.
The radio broadcast contest of speed.
There you are, yeah. As Bodhod has overtaken Seagrass for P1. As we've got a battle here for, it looks like P11 as Rum is on the heels of Rogue.
Yeah, you missed it. The Brazilians, Bodhod and Seagrass were going side by side in the left chicane, and it was quite a race. And Seagrass had to cut the corner, and Bodhod was having to run wide. It was wild, but they seemed to sort themselves out, running 1-2 right now.
Crazy. So P-Dog has gotten on the heels of Pureblade, so we'll see if P-Dog can make a move into turn 1. As he tucks back in, and DRS is active. Lap lead this race. Oh, we've got a move as R6 is already in the pits. So he must have wing damage, and he does. He's getting the wings changed out. He's opted for the hards, so he's going to try to run the rest of this race on the hards. That's going to be tricky business, but we'll see what he can do. Unfortunate for R6 early on.
Interesting. Young DJ and RJP also had incidents on lap 1. They had to pit, and Young DJ running softs and RJP running mediums right now.
Oops. Tire. There we are. Alright. So, Gru's coming up. Oh, we've got a battle for P5 on our hands here. As DRS has created some interesting racing already.
P-Dog goes inside of Pure Blades. Oh, bit of contact from P-Dog, and P-Dog gets the move done. So, there's P-Dog up to P4.
And Andrew and Porridge are duking it out as well. Some hard racing there between the AlphaTauri driver and the McLaren driver.
The top 3 are breaking away from P-Dog and P4, who's 5 seconds back off of AmRam. So the top 3 going to be settling in, running their race right now.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a train from P6 backwards by the looks of it here, so that'll be interesting as we move forward. But yeah, unfortunate that for P-Dog, he's got some work cut out for him, but I think he can get the job done as we move forward in this race. As Rogue is pitting now, so I wonder if Rogue had wing damage as well. It looks like he does. Oh. And we have a safety car already as Cream Media is out of this race.
Ooh, that's coming out of turn 3. Must have lost it on the curb, maybe?
Yeah, it must have been getting too much curb and the rear end stepped out. That's unfortunate. So an early safety car. So we'll look to see who pits. If I was the soft runners, I probably would be hopping off of those softs right about now and getting onto the mediums. Stretch the mediums out.
Definitely. I think that's a smart call right now if you're on the softs. Because, I mean, if you do the soft runners pit and the medium runners of Kitten Petter and Ifunner stay out, they're only going to lose 2 spots. So it's not like, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. They might not lose any spots considering it's a safety car, so we'll see.
We'll for sure. As P-Dog picks up a warning for under safety car.
It'll be interesting to see what the top three does. They are kind of spacing themselves out from the rest of the field.
Yeah, so here they are coming around to the pit entry. You should see them all dip in.
Bodhod's in, Seagrass is in, and Amram stayed out on the softs.
Interesting.
Bodhod picks up 5 seconds.
Oh no,
In the pit
Bada.
lane.
Oh dear. Well, I mean, the only benefit of getting the free pit stop under safety car is when he does go to pit again off of the mediums. I guess he serves that 5 seconds and whatever, but still, that hurts. I'm really curious why Amram has opted to stay out. I mean,
Maybe he thinks like he
unless
can save the softs a little bit right here, maybe break away from the mediums on the softer tire, but he's got 4 laps on those softs.
Absolutely. Ricky's saying that Amram can go long on the softs and then go to the mediums and we'll do a one stop. So interesting. So yeah, with this safety car, I guess that's the play, is just to avoid that second stop altogether.
Interesting, because everybody mostly pit except the guys on the mediums that started the race on the mediums. So Kitten Petter up to P2.
Mm-hmm.
Bodhol only went down to P3 and Seagrass to P4. It was interesting to see iFunner as well. He decided to go to the hards, so he pitted.
So iFunner opting for a one-stop strategy as well. We'll see if those hards play off.
HS Maria and Kano stand on the hards in P5 and 6. So a lot of interesting strategies early in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Yeah, we got a bunch of different strats going on here, so it'll be interesting to see how things move forward. Obviously, we've got a couple drivers left to pit. Like, it looks like the drivers that haven't pit yet are probably, so like right now you got Bodhod, Seagrass, and then Pure Blades will be the P3 as long as the pace can stay up for when Amram decides to eventually go in. So it'll be interesting as we move forward.
Yes. It's going to be interesting to see how much Amram can save his tires underneath the safety car too, because I think if he saves them, he potentially could break away, but I don't think so. I think the mediums being fresh, they'll be able to keep up with him. I think.
Indeed.
But everybody still has to pit again, so.
Well, I don't know about everybody, but a decent majority of them do for sure. I'm curious to see with Kano and HS Maria, like with them being on the 5-lap old hards, if they can stretch those to the end or not. Like I haven't done a long distance hard run.
I think they started on those tires, so they will have to pit.
Ah, yes, you are right. You are right.
So I think everybody except Bomb Tree, Rogue, iFunner, and Arkaka will probably have to pit again. Unless you can make the mediums. The guys are putting mediums on the safety car last, but who knows? Bodhod says the game took his pit limiter off before he got to the line, so that is very unfortunate right there. I've had that happen to me numerous times.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, some of the glitches in the game. That's something you can't really control because you've already got your pit limiter on and you're going slow, and right as you hit that line it takes it off and you get that penalty. So I'm sure I don't know if he'll be able to get that removed because he'll probably end up serving it his next stop, but we'll see.
I don't think I'd try to get a 5-second speeding penalty removal one time, and it didn't happen. Speeding is speeding, is what I was told.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, safety car is in, and we are away. shortly.
All right. Amram really gonna probably bunch up the field right here. I would say he'll take off in between the last little straight before the line.
Yeah, he's gonna try to get a jump on everybody. Safety car has entered the pit lane, so he should be free to accelerate.
Yep.
And
There he goes.
away.
He's off.
Yep. The Kitten and Bodhot are hot on his heels.
Amram's gonna have Kitten down his inside. Nope, Kitten thought smarter of it. Amram got loose coming out of the final turn on that restart.
Sector has been overtaken by Pure Blades and Porridge. So Sector must have had a slow release or maybe got a little loose. And overtaken by some faster cars coming by. Speed Out also gets Sector. So Sector dropping down the order a little bit.
Kitten Petter is all over Amram right now.
And hopping on board with Kitten as Rumfresh picks up a 3-second penalty. Wow, Kitten's got some good pace.
Oh, we have Bomb Tree around back at the hairpin.
Gru picks up 3 seconds for multiple warnings now too, so as Blades is on the heels of Gru and gets the job.
Oh, Bodhot on the inside of Kitten Petter. We'll get the move done.
Wow, nice move.
So Bodhot will start hunting down Amram. I just don't think those offs have enough life in them to really break away to be an advantage right now. We got another yellow. Oh, Kitten Petter's around underneath the hotel bridge.
Oh dear.
That is unfortunate. I think he had perfect opportunity to really get the lead, possibly.
Shoot, unfortunate for Kitten. Bodod's on the heels of SRS, so I wonder if SRS wears out his softs a little bit more than he would like with all this pressure from the McLaren or Mercedes driver behind him. And sounds like Sector had a crash earlier, and that's why he's struggling. He is missing his right end plate, so that would explain why he's been dropping through the field consistently here.
I think at this track you gotta have all your wing. I don't think you gotta have it all the time, but there's some tracks you can get away with it.
Yeah. Too many technical bits on this track. Let's see if Blades is hunting down HS Marina.
Bodhot right on the gearbox of Amram. Amram's gonna defend the inside. Will Bodhot stick it down the inside? Oh, Bodhot on the inside of Amram.
Oh wow. Nice move from Bodhot to get the job done. So now he's got to start pushing it, because if SRS is opting for a one-stop strategy here, Bodhot's really got to pick up the pace.
Right. Bodhot does have that 5 seconds, as well as Seagrass is going to look to the outside of Amram under the hotel bridge, and Seagrass will get around Amram as well.
We have a car spun. It looks like young DJ lost it, but he's recovered. Unfortunate for him, dropping through the field yet again. Wonder what happened there. As DRS is now active, so that'll be interesting too. As Blades is in, so I wonder if Blades, is he going for his first stop, or is this a?
I think Blades.
I think he's got end plate damage.
He's got wing damage.
He does have wing damage. So unfortunate for Blades.
So with Amram losing 2 spots on that lap, you got to be thinking, like, is it worth it going on these softs any further? Maybe. Well, Arcaka's spun it on the exit of turn 2 and gets back going. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, I wonder. I mean, he's got his plan in place, and his pace will obviously really start to drop away here, but he does save himself a pit stop altogether. But when the rest of the field gets a free pit stop, I don't really know how much he's going to gain, but we'll see. We'll see as we move forward. Yeah.
But I still think everybody has to pit again. At least everybody in the top 10, at least.
Yeah, so. That is true. They do. Yeah.
top three kind of broke away. Got there's a P-Dog on the back of Maria for P4.
We'll see if P-Dog can get the job done here. He's really close to Maria. I bet you he'll get Maria here in the next couple of corners.
I think he's gonna get him right now. He's beside of him. Yep, he gets it done.
Wow, nice move.
Runs wide and picks up 3 seconds though. Penalties are going to play a big factor here, I think.
Yeah, I mean, once this race gets on a little further, I would be curious if we could check out the penalty situation, kind of see what's going on. All right, so Kitten Petter coming in for stop number 1. He's opted for the soft, so maybe doing a medium soft strategy here.
Right. So another driver's got to pit one more time.
And young TJ on softs. And it looks like Arkaka coming off of those hards, getting a wing change. And on to the mediums. As Guru HS Maria gets overtaken by Porridge Power. Looks like the Bodhod and Seagrass gap hasn't really changed too much. They're still about 1.2, 1.3 apart. So
they have pulled it out to almost 4 seconds on Amram.
They have, yeah. And if Amram's looking to stretch those tires to lap 13, I just expect that gap to continue to grow, but we'll see.
Pretty interesting battle, Andrew and Groove. Pretty interesting battle from P6 to P10 going on here.
Yeah, you got a little bit of a train going on. See who can hold out here as we move forward in this race.
Got Kano back there in P9 on the hards. Tires he started on.
Yeah, so he's quietly moving his way up the field as well, so still have to pit, but solid race for Kano so far. Surviving the carnage in this race. This is the closest battle on track right now, so we'll see here. Actually, Andrew's got DRS on HS Maria, so we'll see if Andrew can get down there in time, but I don't think he will. I think he'll wait to the second DRS zone and make a move.
I think he's going to way up. I agree. That's where most overtakes have been happening down there in that left-right chicane, left chicane. Maria doesn't get a good run at all, as Andrew's going to be on the outside. I think Andrew will get it done before the corner. Yep.
He is already passed, so nice move for him. And we'll look to see if Kano can get the move done, and it looks like Kano gets the move done on Grugrex King, so nice move for the Racing Point driver. Oh, but Gru is able to fight back. So Gru is able to hold position on track long enough to get squeezed by through that chicane. Rumfresh is now on the heels of Kano, who slipped up a little bit through that chicane. Also on softer tires, but... Oh, as Amram has opted to pit here.
Alrighty, so the mediums for him for sure.
Yeah, he's trying it.
All right, but I just think he's got to make up a lot of time right here, because he was at 7 seconds whenever he went to the pits to the leaders.
Yeah. And Grurex King is in for another set of mediums. Yeah, so SRS 29 seconds back. So even though the leaders have to pit again, he's gonna have to make up some time, like you said. So
yeah, you want to get that gap between the leaders to at least 20 seconds.
Yeah,
at least before they pit. Bodhod does have that 5-second penalty whenever he pits again, so it will be curious. The field is kind of spread out, except back where Amram's at, he's got No, that wasn't Amram.
It's iFunner. iFunner is gonna get a move on Rumfresh, I think, here.
Yes. Those three guys, Rogue,
Those-
Rumfresh, and iFunner. Those three
Yeah.
are pretty close.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun little battle to watch on track at the moment. But Andrew is closing down on Porridge Power. So we'll see if Andrew can eventually get the job done.
Kano on those hard tires seems to be struggling. He's not getting any traction out on the exit right here. Rogue's going to go to the inside. Ooh, contact. They run wide.
Ooh.
A bit of argy-bargy going on there between Rogue and Kano. Rogue's going to look back down.
Oh.
Kano's going to squeeze him all the way to the inside. I don't think Kano is very happy from the previous corner.
There's some contact there with
Rumfresh.
Rumfresh and Rogue. Oh dear.
Rumfresh, and that's going to give... Oh, no. Okay, Rumfresh has wing damage. He's missing his left end plate. So... Oh, who is that? There's a Renault end plate bouncing around right there. Who was that? Was that Amram?
That is Amram's end plate. Oh
That
no.
is Amram's end plate. Oh no.
Oh no. But you know what?
That is-
At least Amram can default to the two-stop strategy and hop on another set of mediums, and he should be okay. And he'll just have
Right,
to.
but he doesn't have another set of mediums. That's the problem. The game only gives you one set. I think.
No, he
Or
should
am I
have two.
wrong?
He should have two.
Okay.
Yep. But he might have used them in quali. I don't remember, but like he'll be going on a used set of mediums, but he should be fine to finish out this race on another set of mediums, unless he picked the
Right.
softer compound.
Right.
And
But if he
then-
pits now, where he's already so far back, he's just.
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna put him out unless
Yeah.
there's a safety car or something.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the best move for him would be to try to limp along here for a little bit until the leaders pit, and then try to time that up with them. As P-Dog is pitting. And this will be P-Dog's second pit stop of the day. Unfortunate for Amram in this race.
It's very unfortunate. Just getting back there is always not ideal, especially whenever they start racing like that and getting a little aggravated with each other. Because I think that's what was going on between Kano and Rogue.
Yep. So P-Dog has done his stops, it looks like. So he's on the mediums to finish out this race. So hopping for the gaps to the leaders now. Things have really spread out. You've got the top two, and then Porridge Powers in third place is 16 seconds back. So this is going to be interesting. Although, I believe, yeah, Porridge will have to pit again for sure, but, and so will.
P6 on back, everybody's pretty close. I think Kano is holding. I think Kano on them hard is struggling. I think it's just allowing everybody to hang tight right there. Rogue gets into the back of Kano and spins.
Oh dear. Oops.
I just think Kano losing a rear end on the exits. I think that's what happened. Rogue wasn't expecting that and ran into the back of him.
We'll hop on board with Kano here and see what's going on, but I think you're right. I think he's starting to feel that a little bit. I wonder how worn out his hards are with 13 laps. We've had a safety car, so he can't have a terrible amount of laps on these hards, so I'm not sure. He might have slipped a little bit, but looks like Seagrass is closing the gap down on Bodhod here. So we'll hop up to the leaders. But Amram is closing down on Rumfresh in a hurry, so we'll keep an eye on that as well.
Good thing. At least Amram's being able to keep up with those couple guys in front of him.
Yeah.
Seagrass and Bonham.
Yeah. They both are really low with ERS right now. Oh, Gru has retired from this race.
That's in the pit.
It's in the pits.
In the pits, so.
Unfortunate.
Oh, Bonham loses it coming out of the chicane almost. Oh, it's going to get Seagrass right behind him.
Picks up 3 seconds for a warning there.
This is Seagrass going to go around the outside. Down into the hotel. It gets him the inside as Botahot hanging tough on the outside.
Wow, that's some good wheel action right there between the leaders.
Alright, these two have been battling all season like this.
It makes for some fun racing for sure. So flip overs. Blades has caught up to P-Dog. Amran picks up a 3-second penalty. I wonder if you could give us a quick rundown of the penalties when you get a chance there, DK.
Yes.
Kind of see where we're at as we're midway through this race.
So we got Botahot, of course, with his speeding penalty.
P-Dog has closed that gap down to Kano in a hurry. So Kano is really starting to hurt on those hards, which is interesting because only 15 laps. Plus we had that safety car in the mix, so.
We got Seagrass with 3 seconds as he goes around the outside of Botahot again on the first DRS straight. I think he'll get the move done. Seagrass up to P1.
Yeah, and I think he'll hold it because they're both really low on ERS, so we'll see here. As Blades is up into P7. As Botahot gets the move done on Seagrass, so now we're back to Botahot at 1 and Seagrass at 2.
And to finish out the penalties, Botahot's sitting at his 5 seconds for speeding and then another 3 seconds for warnings. And then Seagrass has 3 seconds. So they're even right now. I think Seagrass has 1 more warning. Yes, Seagrass has 3 seconds and 1 warning. So they're even right now as far as time goes. Seagrass is going to go into the pits.
Seagrass making the first move here to hop on to his final set of tires. I noticed SRS is just pit for mediums as well, so he couldn't bear to be on that damaged wing any longer, so he's about a minute down off the leader, so he's going to really have to put some laps together here as we move forward to try to get back up there. It might be kind of hard for him unless we get a safety car, but we'll see. So now Porridge is P2.
Very unfortunate for Amran to be caught up in midfield battles and be damaged.
So Andrew has opted to pit as well. Look to see HS Maria pit here soon, but he seems to be content on those hards for the moment. Kitten Petter picks up a 5 second for speeding the pit lane, so unfortunate for him. And we'll see if Bomb Tree, he's hunting down iFunner at the moment, so we'll see what happens there. And Rumfresh slowly getting chased down by the two of them, so we'll watch this battle unfold.
I think Botahot with his 5 seconds, he needs to pit this lap. I think if he pits this lap, he might be clear enough to come out right behind Seagrass. It might be close.
Yeah. We'll look to see. As Rogue is into the pits, so Rogue's unfortunate for Rogue had such a strong qualifying session. Both of these Renault drivers just having the tough luck of the draw here in this race, but we'll see if they can finish out strong as Andrews Fresh overtakes his teammate for P6.
Botahot stays out. So I think you got to pit there with the 5 second for speeding.
Yeah, because now that gap showing around that 20-second mark, like, yep. Porridge is in. Unless Botahot's thinking he's going on soft, so he's trying to stretch it out a little bit longer, and then he's hoping he can make up time later.
Yes.
That might be Botahot's play.
An option.
Yeah.
Porridge goes onto the softs, so yeah, you gotta look for Botahot going onto the softs.
So now we're back on board with iFunner. He's battling it out with X-Bomb and Rumfresh as he gets the move done on Rumfresh. So great move for iFunner. Moving up to P9. I wonder. Oh, as Blades.
Blades retires. That is way off track, and that's going to bring a virtual safety car.
So I'm curious, where is? And Botahot just entered Sector 3, so I wonder if this is a long enough VSC for him to jump in the pit lane and take advantage of it.
think so, because the gap right now is 23 seconds, and it's climbing, which is tricky to get the BSC delta to where you need it to be. Seagrass has lost almost 5 seconds under this BSC.
It's an unfortunate retirement for Pure Blades. Unfortunately, didn't catch it, but you're saying he retired way off track?
It was coming out of turn 4.
Oh, so
right at the sector line, so he's lost it almost at the same spot as a Cream Media.
Unfortunate for him.
All right, Bodhot is in. So
Bodhot has served his 5-second stop go here.
Right, as he's been released, I think Seagrass is going to get him. Yep, Seagrass is going to get him by a lot. But Bodhot is on the softer tire. But
right.
Seagrass only has 1 lap on those mediums, so not a strong advantage.
Well, we'll see as Kano picks up 3 seconds. Multiple warnings as Andrew. Thought he was a little bit closer there. SRS slowly moving up the field. We'll look to see if he can close down on some more drivers here. X-Bomb currently on the gearbox of Rum Fresh. So look to see once DRS is active again, we'll see here if he can get the job done.
Portage Power moves up to P5 on Maria down the straight. That'll give Maria DRS second time around.
Maria's done a really good job managing those hards, because
he has.
He's just been doing his thing, plugging away, and we'll look to see him pit in the next couple laps here onto the soft side, I assume, at this pace.
Him and Kano both, yes.
Yep. Alright, let's see if X-Bomb... He's hunting down Rum Fresh. We'll see if he can get the job done. But now we'll hop on board. So Bado had 6.8 seconds back from the leader.
He has gained a second this lap. As Seagrass did go fastest lap of the race.
So that's going to be a long ways to go on those softs. I imagine Bodhod by the final lap is going to probably start to feel it. So he's probably looking to close that gap down sooner rather than later, if I had to guess. But
definitely. But if you close it down sooner, you're going to burn out the tires faster.
Well, that's the other problem too. Yeah, you got to find that happy balance with how much you push. Kano's into the pits, and it looks like Rumfresh is into the pits too. So I wonder if he picked up some damage.
Rumfresh does have damage, yes. The wing change for Rumfresh. Good run so far for iFunner. Going on to the hards at that safety car, managing P7 right now.
Yeah, it's like iFunner doesn't... I think iFounder will need to pit, so he should be picking up some solid points here.
Yes, he should not have to, correct. Bodhod's got the gap to 5.5 seconds. So he is closing the gap down roughly about a second a lap, but is that going to do in his tires?
So it looks like Rogue just overtook his teammate, SRS. But so Rogue has a lot more pace than SRS, so I wonder what's going on over at the Renault camp there. Oh, SRS is end plate damage
SRS
again.
Has more wing damage, yes.
Oh no. Bad to worse for the Renault driver. That's unfortunate.
He's going to look to get sector here. That is very unfortunate. A guy that had a good strategy going and could potentially be on the podium right now running P12. It's just how quick things can change in Formula 1.
Absolutely. That's just the luck of the draw. X-Bomb picks up 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. He's pitting off of his hards, and HS Maria has opted for the softs as we suspected, and so is X-Bomb. So now Rogue and Sector are up into the points. HS Maria has having a quiet, successful race here, coming out on fresh softs ahead, right 11 seconds behind iFunner, but I think he'll be able to close that down a little bit. Oh, Andrew and Port and P-Dog are battling it out here for the final podium spot.
Right. I think P-Dog's got penalties for sure. I don't know about Andrew.
I think Andrew might have a 3-second, but that's probably it.
Bodhod down to 4.2 seconds on Seagrass, so still closing it about a second a lap.
So if Bodhod keeps this up, it looks like he might get the job. He might get the overtake done, but we all know how tricky overtaking is, and especially with these two veterans who are at the top week in and week out, they know how to maintain their leads. So it'll be tricky for Bodhod to see if he can get that win here today, but we'll see what happens as he slowly cuts that gap down. And DJ getting multiple warnings. Porridge, P-Dog, and Andrew in a little bit of a DRS train here coming up.
Porridge is probably going to look to get P-Dog here, but P-Dog will have DRS as well.
Yeah.
As,
it looks like Porridge has more ERS, so I wonder.
Yep, he's going to look to the inside of P-Dog, a bit of contact.
Wow, nice move. He's on the softer tires.
Nice.
Oh, wow, P-Dog able to hold the line and gain the position back, but...
Right, but Porridge on the outside here. P-Dog, I don't think has DRS this time.
No, as Porridge gets the job done. So great driving from the McLaren driver.
So Porridge will be looking to get Andrew on the softer tire here. Porridge and Butthot on a similar strategy. So it seems like right now the soft tire seems definitely faster than the mediums, but can they still take them at the end of the race?
I think we'll be looking here in the next couple laps. You'll look to see those softs probably start to fall away. Bothod's down to 3 seconds now with 5 laps to go.
Right, so I think he'll catch him, but will he have the tires to race him?
Totally. Well, I wonder with the tasks that you've got in front of you, I wonder if we know how he's doing for tire wear right now.
Exactly. I'm sure he's been pushing, but Seagrass maybe could be taking it easy these couple laps, knowing that Bodhod is on the softer tire and is going to be pushing. And could just be a mind game of wearing your tires down.
If I had to guess, Seagrass has been pushing the beans here, looking at how he's been using up his ERS based on his ERS management. So I don't know. I think they both know that when you can start to see Bodhod in the rearview mirror, you know you really got to start pushing it a little bit more. As the gap is now 2.3 seconds. Porridge hunting down Andrew.
That's gonna be another battle to watch as we get about 6 laps to go.
Oh, Rogue A-Wing getting Kitten Petter in the DRS zone here. Gets the job done around the outside. Nice move. But we'll see if Kitten can get him back. Kitten's got a smidge more ERS, so we'll see if he can juggle this. He opts for the inside line. Great driving from Kitten. Oh, we'll see if... So Bodhod's got the gap down to 2 seconds. Well, now actually 1.8. Bodhod's going to be, if I had to guess, lap 26 is when we start to see an overtake attempt happen.
Yes.
I know it might look like it's going to happen a lot sooner than that, but I have a feeling he's going to charge up the ERS to make a good lunge on lap 26. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I just hope his tires aren't gone.
By then.
Make it a, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're both even on penalties still with 3 seconds.
Ooh, big lockup from Porridge as he's getting in that dirty air of the AlphaTauri in front of him. Let's see if Porridge can overtake Andrew. Quite a big gap right now. You got 16 seconds from third place to second place, so unfortunate. I mean, unless something wild happens, it looks like Seagrass and Bodhod are for sure on the podium. It's just a matter of which order at this point.
Definitely so. Good battle for P3, like you said.
Yeah. P-Dog, he's only 1.7 seconds behind Porridge, but P-Dog's quick enough. He might be able to jump in there if these guys start to battle it out and slow down a little bit more. Bomb Tree gets Young DJ for P13. And Rogue and Kitten Petter going at it again here, so we'll see if Rogue can get Kitten Petter for P8. But the Hossman's been doing a great job defending this whole time, so we shall see.
Getting better with a great rate. Ooh, getting better went wide there. Did you get hit?
I
don't know.
I'm not sure.
Car almost moved around like he got hit in the rear end.
It's got his wing, so.
Yeah.
But Kano taking advantage of that battle, and Kano's caught right up there. So Kano jumping up, and then SRS has quietly crept up as well. Oh, Porridge. Porridge looks to get Andrew is fresh in the second DRS zone here, so we'll see what happens. Bodhod just about entering DRS territory.
So it's about to get interesting as we come to 3 to go.
As Porridge gets the lunge made. Porridge is now P3, so great move from Porridge, but Andrew is hot on his heels and Porridge still has to defend, and I wonder if Porridge is starting to feel those softs dip down just a little bit. So we hop on board with Bodhod as they cross the start finish. Sorry?
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Those softs are feeling their best right now for Bodhod and Porridge. I'm just gonna say it.
Alright.
You know, when you get this late in the race and the pressure's on, you don't care about what your tires feel like.
No, absolutely. You're just putting your head down and you're getting the move done. So Bodhod 28 or 0.8 second back from Seagrass.
Yeah, he's got DRS, but he's got no ERS.
No, so
Seagrass doesn't have any ERS either, so they're on a level playing field right now. Bodhod will close right up on him.
Bodhod goes for the. Oh, he puts his nose in there.
Oh.
And Cody's giving us the worst possible camera angle. Bodhod, P1. Seagrass right behind him. Two laps to go.
It's not over.
It is
It's
not
over
over
yet.
Oh man, what a battle. As SRS picks up another few seconds. Kitten has overtaken Kano for P9, so Rogue is clearing ahead there a little bit, looks like, but Amram has been able to catch up to that group. We'll see if Amram can make a move on Kano at the end of the DRS straight quickly, and we'll hop back on board with the leaders. Ooh, big lock up from Kano.
See Bodhod closing up on a lap car. Will he get DRS if he's within 1 second of that car?
I believe so. I believe so.
That'll be a good advantage if he does.
I wonder what car is ghosted out there.
That is RJP.
Oh,
pretty sure.
Interesting. RJP. Yeah, if Bodhod's within range, Bodhod will have DRS. So, and it looks like he's close enough to get DRS. So we'll see here.
He's getting a slipstream, but RJP's gonna let him go.
He didn't get the DRS. The game didn't give it to him, but.
Seagrass closing. Is Seagrass gonna lunge?
Seagrass shows, but Seagrass has a little bit more ERS, and he's going to look to make his move here on the second DRS straight. So this is a crazy back and forth for the win here at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
As Andrew's on the inside of Porridge again for P3. And Andrew will get it done, but Porridge will have DRS this time.
We'll hop on board with Porridge, and we'll see if Porridge can get his spot back that he was holding. As McLaren and the AlphaTauri go side by side, but McLaren comes out ahead as they head through the chicanes and then get turn 14. Kittenpetter on the gearbox of Kano in the first DRS zone. We'll see if Kittenpetter can get a move done. Commentator on commentator. And for those of you watching, we'd love to hear get your driver of the day votes in now, as this race is almost underway. Looks like the legendary Mr. Alp has joined us this evening. Joining late, it has been an exciting race. Bodhan and Seagrass are duking it out as we come around the final few corners. Or not, that's not true. We're coming up onto the first DRS straight. And it has been a battle. One for the record books for sure.
So this is going to be Seagrass' last chance. He's got no ERS.
No ERS. And he's pretty far back, so if Bodhod can get a good release, he might be able to keep him in front. Bodhod has a lot more ERS as well, so...
Oh, Seagrass loses it coming out of the chicane.
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
No! Oh.
He's got no front wing. Will that open
dear.
the door for Porridge Power to get P2?
I don't think so. Porridge Power is 20
know.
seconds back. I think he'll be able to limp it around the rest of the circuit to come home P2, but that's an unfortunate ending to this race for sure. Oh, Andrew looking to get that final podium spot. Nice overtake for Andrew. Hamran picking up another 3 seconds in warnings.
Bodhod rounds the last corner. Forget your speeding penalty, Bodhod. You just won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, that's for sure.
Wow, great drive for the Aussie. Impressive drive. And Seagrass coming around the final corner. Great drive for the Ferrari man. Unfortunate ending, but fantastic drive.
P2 drive. Andrew will get the final podium place on track, and he will keep it. So Andrew with a P3, Porridge Power P4. Great run for Porridge Power and Andrew.
Absolutely. That was a great battle for that final podium spot. Following that one all day. P-Dog crosses the line. P5. HS Maria. Fantastic drive from the Alfa Romeo driver this evening.
Yes. Keeping on them hard to go to the softs, playing it smart.
Yeah, that reverse strategy one stop worked for him. Or no, that's not true. Did he pit twice?
No.
Yeah, he only went one stop. He did the
soft.
reverse. He did a hard to soft, and he made that work for P6. So that was a great drive for him.
Rumfresh, 23 laps on the hards, going P7.
Oh dear, it looks like Rumfresh has lost it on the final corner. Unfortunate for Rumfresh. Oh dear.
I gotta say, impressive drive for iFunner again in P7, getting those points.
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
That was a fantastic race. Oh, driver of the day.
That was a good race.
The game gives HS Maria driver of the day. I would say rightfully so. He was a silent but deadly assassin out there on track with that strategy.
Definitely. That was a good strategy for him.
Yeah. An unfortunate turn of events for a few of the drivers here this evening, but overall, fantastic AM2 action. Can't
Definitely.
wait.
I told you it'd be one of the most exciting Abu Dhabi Grand Prix you've ever seen.
Man. You weren't wrong, that's for sure. That was fun to watch. Alright. So, Bodhod takes P1, Seagrass P2, and Andrew P3. And we had Porridge Power, P-Dog, HS Maria, iFunner, Rogue A-Wing, Kittenpetter, X-Bomb, Arkaka, Young DJ, SRS, Sector 7, Conoloft, Rumfresh, RJP, Pure Blades, Guru, Cream Media round out the grid as we take it to interviews. DK, if you don't mind getting
I
the
did them. I
drivers
did them
in.
last week, Lazy.
No, just get him into the
Oh, okay.
into the party. Yes. All right.
Yeah, I invited them, so.
We go here, and the AlphaTauri is the first one. Is that everybody?
Just waiting on
There's 5 people here. The other two
to
are
Oh,
loading in. They've
get
got that
connected.
flashing thing. There we go.
oh, Bodhod's in.
Yep.
And we got Andrew in here.
Theoretically.
Hello. Yeah, I'm
Hey,
here. Hey.
perfect,
Hey, guys.
awesome. Well, congratulations, drivers. You guys all had fantastic races. That was so much fun to watch. You guys definitely made that exciting for us. Andrew, I'm gonna start with you. That was a great drive from you. Walk us through it. Like, that was a fun battle to watch. Walk us through the final little bit there.
Oh, well, I did the undercut on lap 16 on the McLaren and came out 2 seconds ahead, but then he got up in DRS zone, and then it was pretty much, you know, with blades crashing out, he was able to give me some information about the McLaren, and then, you know, at the end we were trying to figure out who's gonna pass who and who's gonna, you know, with the DRS, like Mario Karting, as Lewis Hamilton would say. So, but in the end, I had good help from blades and nice defending from the McLaren. So, pretty happy with P3 today.
Absolutely, no, it was a great drive. I think you extracted all you could out of the car this evening, and it was really fun to watch. You guys had a great battle on track for sure. We'll move over to the Ferrari man Seagrass P2. That was a fun battle, and we thought you were gonna get we thought you were gonna get the job done in the final little bit there, and had a little bit of a spin. Walk us through your race.
That second stint on the mediums, I knew I didn't quite have the pace to get ahead of Bodhod there, so I tried something a little different. Tried pitting a little earlier than him and throwing on some mediums, and couldn't quite hold him off when he got him on them softs. So.
Yeah, for sure. I was surprised. We'll let Bodhod kind of walk it through in a second, but I thought for sure those softs were going to fall off and you were going to be able to pull away on the mediums at the end, but the softs were able to hang on. But overall, I think you had a fantastic drive and a great qualifying as well. So another fun race from you, and we look forward to seeing what you can do next week.
Right on.
All right, and our race winner, the Aussie man himself, Bodhod. Congratulations.
Cheers. That was a fun one.
Yeah, that
actually.
was a lot of fun to watch. You guys were duking it out back and forth, and so many great moves. Walk us through your race.
Yeah, well, quality was good. Got in the front row, and that was important because I knew I had good pace, and then I didn't want to get caught up in the traffic. So good to get in the front row. In terms of the race, I got my 5 seconds in the pit lane. For some reason, I was like coasting at 60, 50 Ks. I don't know what that is in miles, but like pretty much 3/4 of the pace. And then I floored the accelerator and the pit limiter went off. So I don't know what happened there, and I sped. So that was a bit rubbish, and then there was no chance of getting that removed because I would have served it in the second stop. So that kind of gave me some real incentive to get my head down and make that time back up. I'm pretty glad in the end because that made the race even more fun, just kind of having the target ahead. then just trying to put in some really banging consistent laps and trying to catch them. You mentioned the softs dying off. I was pretty confident that they'd last. I was thinking of pitting lap 18, but I ended up pitting, I think it was 19 or 20, just to make sure. Just after the VSC. I didn't end up gaining any time out of it, so I just lost the pure 5 seconds, so I'm glad to have gained that back. But yeah, I was always going to go on the softs at the end and floor it. When I saw Segrist come in, I was a bit worried that he might get a massive undercut. But I kind of knew I'd have the pace to at least get to him, and then luckily the tyres had enough left to fight him. One other thing worth mentioning at the end, when he put it in the wall, I was praying so much that he wouldn't DNF, because he absolutely deserved to be top 2. Like, us two had an absolute banging battle today, like we have for like the whole championship so far. But I think I had really strong exits out of that corner, so we had to try something, and I'm glad he still managed to walk out of P2 because he absolutely deserved it. But yeah, banging race, really enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, guys. Yeah, like you said, that was so much fun to watch, and we are glad, Segrist, you were able to bring that car across the finish line, even if it was in a little bit of a couple of broken pieces, but we are glad you were able to finish on track for sure. Any
More
closing
than
statements?
Ferraris have done recently.
Yeah, exactly. Any closing statements for any of you drivers while we've got you?
That battle for P3 looks pretty nuts, so for Andrew to get on top of that is a good effort. Like, I couldn't really watch it because I was focusing too much on my race, but I saw the leaderboard for P3, 4, 5 on my screen changing a whole lot, so that looked like a nice tasty little battle there. So good job to Andrew there.
Thank you. Just want to say congratulations to the other podium finishers. Look forward to next week.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. DK, got any other closing statements?
Yeah, just congrats to the podium. Always a good race to commentate on. You guys always put on a good show. So congrats again. And I'll see you all next week.
Absolutely. Thank you for tuning in. To all our viewers watching online. And remember to tune in on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 10 p.m. UK time, as you can catch our EU3, U2, U1, and then on Thursdays, U4. And then tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the AM1 group racing. Bodhod, Kano, and Kitten Petter will be commentating that race, so look forward to that one to be a banger, as well as we've got some super fast drivers, and we'll see what shakes down, but it'll be a fun one for sure. So thanks again for tuning in, and have a great evening.